how do you build lasting effectiveness, in a world that's just overflowing with information, quick fixes?
Yeah, it's a real challenge. Everyone was looking for that instant solution, that shortcut.
Totally. So today we're doing a deep dive into a book that, well, it offered a pretty profound answer way back in 1989, Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Oh, absolutely. Sold, over 25 million copies. It really struck a chord. People called it a lifeline, especially during uncertain times.
And big companies listened too. A huge chunk of Fortune 500s adopted its training.
Which says a lot about its staying power.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a fad. It offered this principle-based anchor, something solid.
Exactly. And our mission today is to unpack its core idea, what Covey called the character ethic, how it offers this, well, deeper path to success than just surface-level stuff.
Right. He drew this really key distinction. He saw a lot of 20th century advice focusing on the personality ethic.
What does he mean by that, the personality ethic?
Well, it was about, image, techniques, communication skills, positive mental attitude, things that could maybe get you shallow, quick successes, as you put it.
Okay, so appearances over substance, maybe?
Kind of. He argued we needed to get back to the character ethic, which is built on, well, timeless principles.
Like what sort of principles?
Things like fairness, integrity, honesty, human dignity, service, quality. He saw these as universal, like natural laws. And the key was his inside-out approach.
Inside out.
Yeah, meaning real change, lasting effectiveness. It starts from your core, your character, your motives, not just changing outward behaviors or techniques.
That makes a lot of sense. It feels more grounded. Now, he organized the habits along this path, right? A maturity continuum.
That's right. Starting with dependence, relying on others, then moving to independent self-reliance, which covers the first 3 habits. That's the private victory.
Okay, the private victory, self-mastery.
Exactly. But here's where Covey kind of flips the script. He argued that independence isn't the ultimate goal. The highest stage is interdependence.
Interdependence. So working with others effectively.
Precisely. A we-can-do-it mindset. Collaboration. That's where he believed the greatest results come from. It challenges that whole rugged individualist idea.
Interesting. Okay, let's dig into that private victory. Habit 1, be proactive. What's the core of being proactive, according to Covey?
It's fundamentally about responsibility. Recognizing that between stimulus and response, you have the freedom to choose your response. It's not just about taking initiative, it's about owning your actions.
So focusing energy on your circle of influence, the things you actually can do something about.
Exactly. Instead of getting bogged down by the circle of concern, all the things you worry about that can't control, being proactive expands your influence.
Right. Okay, that leads naturally to habit 2. Begin with the end in mind.
Mental creation precedes physical creation.
So like having a blueprint before you build a house, you need to know where you're going.
Precisely. Define your destination, your values, your purpose. It gives you a personal mission statement, a true north. Otherwise, like Covey famously said, you might climb the ladder of success only to find it's leaning against the wrong wall.
Oof. Yeah, nobody wants that, which sets up habit 3, put first things first. This is the practical side, right? The organizing.
This is where the rubber meets the road. It's about managing your time and priorities based on importance, not just urgency. He talks about the time management matrix.
Ah, yes, the 4 quadrants. And the key is quadrant 2.
That's the sweet spot. Important, but not urgent activities. Things like planning, relationship building, prevention, exercise, learning.
The stuff that builds long-term capacity but doesn't scream for immediate attention.
Exactly. Spending time here reduces crises later on. It's about effectiveness, not just efficiency at putting out fires.
Okay, so those 3 habits build your internal foundation, the private victory. Now for the public victory, interacting with others. Habit 4, think win-win.
This requires a shift from a scarcity mindset. The idea that there's only so much pie to go around to an abundance mentality.
Believing there's plenty for everybody.
Right. Win-win isn't just compromise. It's seeking a third alternative, a creative solution that's mutually beneficial and satisfying to everyone involved. It takes courage and consideration.
Which feels like it needs habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. This sounds crucial for win-win.
Absolutely essential. This is about empathetic listening, really truly trying to see the world from the other person's point of view, understanding their needs and concerns before you try to get your own point across.
Building that emotional bank account you mentioned earlier.
Exactly. It builds massive trust. When people feel genuinely heard, they become much more open.
Okay, and that leads to habit 6. Synergize.
Synergy. This is where the magic happens. It's creative cooperation.
Where the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
Yes. Valuing differences. Mental, emotional, psychological differences. When you combine different perspectives respectfully, you can create solutions far better than what any single person could come up with alone. It's true innovation.
So, private victory, public victory, what keeps it all going?
That's habit 7. Sharpen the saw. Continuous improvement and self-renewal.
Right. The story of the woodcutter who's too busy cutting wood to stop and sharpen his saw.
And ends up working harder and harder with less result. Habit 7 is about taking time for balanced renewal across 4 areas: physical exercise, nutrition, mental reading, learning, planning, social emotional relationships, empathy, service, and spiritual values, meditation, nature.
It's investing in yourself, your greatest asset, to avoid burnout and stay effective long term. Makes sense.
It ties everything together. You need to renew yourself to practice the other 6 habits effectively.
So when you step back, the 7 habits aren't just a list of tips. It's really a whole philosophy, isn't it? Principle-centered, ethical.
Definitely. It's a framework for life, really. And you can see how it connects to modern ideas like emotional intelligence, positive psychology. Its principles are, well, timeless.
It provides a really solid, sustainable path to effectiveness, both personally and professionally.
A truly inside-out approach.
So a final thought for you, our listener. How do these principles challenge the way we often chase quick fixes or immediate results today? How could applying even one of these habits, starting from the inside out, begin to build a more resilient and meaningful path forward for you? Something to think about.